Chinese, red carpet TV, valet my limousine, box office sweetie, and Oscar nominee. Now watch me snatch trophies. Woo! Cover girl, put the bass in your walk, head to toe, let your whole body talk. Cover girl, put the bass in your walk, head to toe, let your whole body talk. Walk, now walk, walk, now walk. Stroll down the runway, another payday, cover of magazine. And when they see me, they wanna be me. I am the fantasy. Woo! Cover girl, put the bass in your walk, head to toe, let your whole body talk. Cover girl, put the bass in your walk, head to toe, let your whole body talk.
Success is for everyone, you're special. You're live on the set with Kareem Jackson. Kareem Jackson is here. Turn your dreams into reality. Remember baby, success is for everyone. Live on the set, new shows weekly.
Hey, you guys, good morning. You guys, we're in the Philippines right now. I'm going to tell you this right now. We're in the Philippines drinking this coffee and waking up to my Black Wellness Freedom Blend. This right here, you guys, is how you start your day. It's not just coffee, you guys. It's smooth, hazelnut goodness, hand-picked in the Philippines, all natural. It's healthy. It's hand-picked in the Philippines, you guys. And you know it's smooth. It's so fucking smooth that you don't need sugar to actually drink it. It flows in every single slip. So you guys ready to join me in my coffee wellness revolution? Join me, you guys. Support local farmers at Black Wellness Coffee. You guys, at philippinesmagazine.com/Black Wellness Coffee. You guys, get you some of this goodness right now.
Coffee, you guys. I figured you would love this trip. Coffee and Kareem, you guys, we're outside today. This is what they're blocking for you guys to get the wellness in America. They do not want you guys to have the seeds or the beans unless they're already roasted. FYI. You guys, I want you guys to take a moment, you guys, and appreciate coffee. And the reason why it has so many beautiful health benefits and wellness benefits, because these guys are dedicating generations of their families' lives to what you get. You can't get the appreciation. So here's how you do traditional coffee.
Please have a seat. So welcome to Amadeo Artisano Coffee Farm. We're about 100 feet above sea level, and we're in the part of the house we call the silong. So this is the working area of the farmer back in the day, where they have their farm gears, their harvest, and sometimes when they prepare their coffee, they call on to their neighbors to help out. And they do the bayanihan, helping each other out, preparing the coffee, and then they divide it among themselves. So we made the traditional coffee making part of our farm tour. It's to give honor and to reflect on our tradition, our roots, and to pay homage and honor to our ancestors, our lolas and lolas, who started this coffee farming industry here in Amadeo. So that's why we're doing this part of the tour. Especially nowadays, your generation, the Starbucks generation, you just step into your favorite coffee shop in a matter of minutes, couple of minutes, you get your coffee fix. But back in the day, this is what being done to prepare coffee. So when we did our walk around tour, you guys saw the first step after harvesting coffee, sun drying the coffee, so it could go a good fermentation process. And once it's dried for about 3 to 6 weeks, depending on how the sunshine is cooperating. Get a handful, shake it next to your ear. If you hear the rattling, that means the coffee is ready to be milled.
That means ready to do noise.
So the beans separated from the skin. And when it's ready, after sun drying or pagtuyo, the next step will be pagbayo or milling the coffee. So we're gonna separate the skin of the. We're gonna crack open to separate the skin and the seed of the coffee. Okay, so just get a handful of coffee, put it here in the Luzon, and using the pangbayo, you're just gonna crack open, but be very careful not to damage the cherries.
Some coffee, y'all. We outside making coffee.
Then after we milled the coffee, we crack it open. So we're gonna get it and transfer it. We'll do the next step. We call it pagtahip. This is where we sort out the cherries. So you will position yourself behind the wind, so the wind will be pushing away the chaff. Okay, and then just collect the beans. And the one that did not crack open, just put it back.
See this? This is the wellness, you guys, that you're missing. This is what they're robbing you of right here.
So
Don't throw it.
Here, I got my little area right here. But you see how it starts, you guys. I want you guys to see how real this is. Okay? You can eat this, right? See this? I want you to show you the real. It's a cherry. It's a chewy cherry. Look at the money. Look at that. Chewy cherry.
then the next step of the process, once we collected the beans, is the pagsalad or roasting. So we're roasting the. So back in the day, we used a big kettle to roast it.
You can't smell this, right?
So,
But it smells amazing.
yeah, so we're roasting it for about 20 to 40 minutes from light roast, medium to dark roast. So it depends on what type of coffee you want. You want it light roast, medium. Should go darker on the roast. That's the coffee will be a bit more stronger. And then once we're done roasting the coffee, we just have to wait about a day to rest the coffee before you can actually use the coffee. So after 1 day of resting the coffee, then you can start grinding the coffee.
Get a little closer. Get in the little thing. You can look. That's it. Okay. See that, you guys? Wow.
So because there's no adjustment on this grinder and it's 2 cores, you have to do it about 6 to 8 more times. So that is
I wasn't done.
Get it finer.
I thought we were going much, but I thought we were done. So you guys see that fine grind, non-machine grind, hand-grown coffee. And you guys, again, you can't smell this, but it's beautiful. Look at that.
So I'm just waiting for this to boil, and then we're gonna go to the next step. Would be pagkanaw or brewing the coffee.
Beautiful. You guys got coffee, you guys?
Okay, now we're gonna do the brewing or pagkanaw.
Okay.
I think 3 scoops.
Okay, I can leave this one. Okay. We got 3 scoops.
It's 3.
3 big scoops?
Yes.
Like this big scoop?
Yes. Let me just open
Where's it
the-
go? Okay, okay. This is a big spoon. Oh, you just put it in the water?
Yeah, just put it in there. Throw it in there.
Lord, y'all been doing it all wrong. All wrong. So now this is the part you guys get the whole Tang 3-in-1 process. So now you can enjoy it now. Because now you just throw it in here. You want to go here, can we climb up a little bit? Show them the steam so they know it's real. Just go over the lens. It'll go a little smog, a little foggy. Let's see a little steam. See that steam? It's real. I just put the coffee in there. And in case you guys missed it.
We'll wait about
here, see that?
4 minutes.
Yeah.
Our brewing time is 4 minutes for this recipe.
4 minutes. And we
Then after brewing it for 4 minutes, you're gonna enter the critical part of brewing the coffee.
Oh, it's not brewing?
It's brewing, but the problem now is you have to separate your brew from the coffee grounds.
Yes. Temperature water. We're going to add to the brewed water.
Okay, so by doing that, there's gonna be a thermal shock, a sudden change in temperature.
Okay.
It will force the coffee grounds down at the bottom, separating your brew from the ground.
This is like scientific.
And at the same time, you're stopping the brewing process.
Okay.
So you're not over brewing your coffee.
Okay.
And we'll wait about a minute.
Amazing. We came all the way here, you guys. In the Philippines, you guys. Went through Manila, through Cavite to Tagaytay, almost 2,000 feet above sea level here, you guys, to show you what we're really talking about with Coffee Kareem every day. This is it. And I'm cheating. I got mine already. Here we go. There we go. You see, this is coffee. That sachet thing, that's not coffee. That Starbucks mocha latte with 2 pumps of whatever the hell is not coffee. And you guys are loving the Arabica because you guys love the Arabica that we have dark. This is Kaping Tagalog, which is
That's a local
Filipino local Arabica. But you guys love the darkness.
We
This is
call,
what it looks like.
We call Arabica here Kaping Tagalog.
Okay.
We're gonna find somebody willing to risk their lives to farm there.
And find snake.
Well, there might be a cobra there somewhere. Just gotta jump it.
Jesus. But my point is, these people are risking their lives to give you wellness products, and you're not appreciating it. You're going and buying that cancer powder. We're back here.
You have to ring the bell 3 times
Oh, I saw that in the video.
to proclaim blessing to yourself,
Okay.
proclaim blessing to your family, proclaim blessing to the place, and the 4th one if you want to win the lottery.
I want to do one of myself now.
Okay, so right here on my left side, these are the 4 varieties of coffees we have here in Amadeo. So Amadeo is popularized as the coffee capital of the Philippines. One of the reasons why we became popular is we are able to grow the 4 varieties of coffee. So we have the Arabica, Kaping Tagalog. So in Hawaii they call this Kona coffee. So Excelsa is Kaping Makapal. And we have Liberica, this is the Kaping Barako. And Robusta, the Kaping Manipis. So sometimes we get visitors here, they get surprised how were we able to grow Arabica because we're only about 2,000 feet above sea level. This variety of coffee is a very high altitude coffee tree. It grows around 3,000 feet above sea level. Wow. So one of the reasons being probably our theory is we are able to mimic the original habitat of the coffee. So if you look around the area, you will notice sometimes when we get visitors here, they get a little bit disappointed at first because they're expecting rows and rows of coffee trees. So if you look around, the place looks like a forest, it looks like a garden. But originally, a coffee tree it's a forest tree. It was discovered in the forest, it's covered in the mountains. So if you look around, we're like mimicking the origins or the original habitat of coffee. That's probably one of the reasons why all the varieties grows here. Because we are simulating the original habitat of So the property is about 2.5 hectares, and right now we're about 80% Robusta coffee, and 20% is combination of Liberica, Excelsa, and Arabica. But what we're doing right now is we're sectioning the farm. Back in the day, they just keep planting coffee trees, and all of the trees are mixed. So every time we harvest, the beans are mixed. So when we give it to the trader, they downplay the price because they have to sort the beans. So now, right now, we're sectioning the farm. So this section, those with the red pegs, those are Arabica coffee, and then later on that side, you'll see the Liberica section of the farm. So we're sectioning the farm right now, part of the rehabilitation process of the coffee farm. So down the ravine up the other side, that's already Tagaytay City. We're boundary against Tagaytay City. So we're the last barrio going to Tagaytay from Amadeo. So that's why we're getting this breeze from Tagaytay Lake. And sometimes in the morning we get the morning fog coming also from the lake. So there are three major challenges in coffee farming nowadays. So one is we're losing a lot of the pollinators, the bees, the butterflies, and all the other insects. So back in the day, actually, Amadeo's original name is Barrio Masilaw. We're part of Silang, Cavite. One of the reasons why we're called Barrio Masilaw is there's a lot of dap trees, or the fire trees. During the summertime, bright red flowers. So people when they visit our place, they will say, "Oh, nakakasilaw." So that's why they call the name Masilaw. So back in the day, because the coffee farming is growing here in Amadeo, the community is growing. So the community started petitioning our barrio to be separated from Silang, to be its own town. But back in the Spanish era, you cannot be considered as a town unless there's a church, a Catholic church. There should be a parishioners first, and then next thing, if there's a community established, if there's a parishioners, then unity. So with the help of the coffee industry, the people of Amadeo were able to build a church using the coffee industry. And then when we had established the community leaders petitioned the Archbishop of the Philippines saying, okay, if you approve our petition, we will name our town in honor of the King of Spain, King Amadeus. So it's a little bit play of politics. So it got approved immediately. Okay, because they're gonna name it under the name of the King of Spain, then it's approved. So a little bit play on the politics. That's why we were able to separate ourselves from Silang. And from then on, we were named Amadeo in honor of the King of Spain. So that's how we were able to push the petition.
Look at this stuff, guys.
So that's one of the biggest probably mistake back then, because we have so many native flowering trees, especially the dap trees. So back in the day, most of the farmers will say, okay, look at this tree. It's only giving me flowers. It's only giving me flowers. I don't have a use for it. I don't have anything coming. But we didn't realize that that's the food for your bees, for your flowers. That will help pollinate your coffee trees, so you'll have more harvest. So that's why right now we're reaping the bad side of cutting down most of those native flowering trees. So we lost a lot of native flowering trees because our forefathers thought, hey, we don't have a use for this tree, it only gives us flowers, might as well cut it down.
Wow.
So now the bees doesn't have access to their food, so that's where they get their food, from the flowers. And the downside with the coffee is the flowering season of here of coffee is February, and it only blooms for 4 days. So you only have 4-day window for the pollinators to come in and pollinate the flowers. After that, it will wither. And it's once a year, so the bees cannot wait 1 year to access their food. They have constant food, so they will stay in the farm. Because if they don't have access to the farm, they will move to the adjacent farm or adjacent properties. And the bad thing is you don't know if they're spraying pesticide. So if they go there, they're spraying pesticide, they might just end up dying there. Or
You hear that? No pesticides.
the bad
people.
thing about that is they might bring the pesticide back to the hive, feed it to the queen, and then the whole hive dies.
Having a good time, people? You're live on the set with Kareem Jackson. Go grab a snack and come on back. We're live! Hello, world! Success is for everyone, baby! You're live on the set with Kareem Jackson! Yes! Let's go!
Against typhoon, high winds. So you'll see the trees are all bended and twisted, but it's still standing. So that's why we practice traditional coffee farming. So we don't do air layering. So what we do is from seed, and it will be a generational tree. So you sacrifice the waiting time, 5 years, and then it's gonna be inherited by the next generation.
Very nice.
So if you do that air layering, there's a tendency that during the typhoon season, if you got hit by typhoon, all of those trees will get knocked down. Later I'll show you guys an example what it looks like.
I mean, this is not beautiful, you guys. This is not. And you hear that? No pesticides. Planting trees. Multiple generations family here. Some of these trees are 100 years old, he said, you guys.
So from planting your coffee tree, 5 years you'll get your first fruiting. On the 7th year, that's when it will be very bountiful until the 14th year. And from the 15th year onwards, it's gonna dwindle down its production. That's when we're gonna get aggressive with the pruning to encourage new branches. So this will be your next 7 cycle season. So it's like a vineyard, like an orchard. So most of our trees here are 100+ years old, planted by our forefathers. So this is how we do it. We just aggressively prune it, then it will encourage new branches.
And you guys are like that dark, Ciroc, sexy, beautiful Robusta. This is what it looks like, you guys. These are Robusta seeds here. Or cherries. You call them cherries?
Cherries, yes.
Yeah, Robusta cherries, you guys.
So you probably notice some, we have chili peppers next to the coffee tree. So there's some chili peppers. Right here. So again, you'll see most of our trees are bended and twisted. So this is so you see this it's not red yet. So these are labuyo. This is our chili peppers. So one of the things that our forefather noticed is with this type of farming methodology, intercrop, your coffee tends to have those properties of flavor. Hint of spiciness. That's why we plant ginger. We plant papayas, bananas, especially jackfruit. For some reason, coffee has a sponge property that it absorbs the flavor of its neighboring trees. So that's the difference between this type of farming compared to those plantation. You only have single crop.
Yes, yeah. That's
So here, sometimes you have guests that say, "Oh, I taste some hint of jackfruit, papaya, some spiciness." So that's add flavor to the coffee. So one time I had a question from one of the when we're doing the tour. I think they try to be very technical on how the coffee tree does that. How is it absorbed? Is it through pollination carried by the bees through the root system? And my explanation is it's just like a brown cow that eats green grass, makes white milk, turn to a yellow butter. I don't know how they do it. That's how it does it. Yeah.
This is where experience brings you guys. Generations of experience here, you guys.
So you just more.
And now you guys see why I'm always upset about you buying that Starbucks crap and that 3-in-1 when you've got families, not even the guy, family, generations that are doing this.
Barako coffee. So this section are Barako coffee, Arabica coffee.
You guys love our Barako. They love this coffee because historically, whether it's true or not, Black Americans believe it comes from Africa. It's originally from Africa.
So this is an example of
very
early layering. So you encourage it to develop roots on the branch.
See that? And then you guys can see what the Barako looks like, you guys. The difference in the beans, you can actually see the difference, actually. You can see the difference in these beans, you guys.
So we have our local lime, the calamansi, so it's integrated.
And show the Barako again. You guys had ordered the Barako the last season over here, the last season. This is the Barako beans. You guys got the Barako because our hazelnut, you guys are allergic to nuts. So you guys, this is the Barako that you guys got. This is the blend. It's real. It's from the ground. It's not from a factory. This guy is not wearing a white face mask and what do you call that, in hazmat suit. He's got a little hat. Look, he's real. This is legit.
So we have chilies, chili peppers, bananas. These are baby coffee. We have pre-ordered from those who are starting to have their own coffee farm also. So we have 2,000 plus trees on order.
Really? That's nice. How long? Does it grow in the house?
Second.
Does it grow in the house?
Probably inside the house. It will grow.
Yeah. My God. This is how they look, you guys. These are the trees.
These are baby coffee.
Get close up of these so they can see. I'm really trying to show America. You know how naive we don't think. I didn't even know that pineapples grew in the ground. I thought it was an apple. Like my whole life.
Apple.
Until I came to the Philippines, I'm like, what is that? Like, oh, they're pineapple. I never dreamed.
So the next major challenge with coffee farming is the climate change. Just like what happened last summer, we had a very bad drought here in the Philippines, and we actually see the effect. Looking at the trees now compared from the previous years, we can tell that we're probably going to be harvesting a little lower this year compared to the previous ones. So that's why we're bringing back the Barako coffee, because Barako coffee is very resilient to drought.
Okay.
So back in the day, there's a lot of Barako coffee here in Amadeo, but the problem with the Barako coffee, that coffee tree grows very big. Big and tall. So the problem with that's a baby Barako tree, but it's gonna grow big. So back in the day, the problem is who's gonna harvest who's gonna climb and harvest the coffee. So usually it's the grandchildren that goes up and harvest the coffee. So the major problem with Barako coffee is who's gonna harvest your coffee. So the only way probably to mitigate that is to constantly prune, make sure keep it on a good height. Don't let it grow because it's gonna get very big and tall.
The Africans were taller.
Yeah.
And there's no water in Africa either.
Yeah, that's why
that makes sense.
right now we're actually doing a hybrid technology. We're following the technology they're using in Hawaii. They're hybriding their coffee. They're using the root system of the Liberica coffee and placing the Arabica coffee. You still get your Arabica, but You're using the root system of
Very beautiful.
the Barako coffee or the Liberica.
See, coffee is more than you guys. Starbucks is just taking away the whole essence of it, you guys. 3-in-1's taking it away. This is so awesome.
After grinding the coffee, we have a tradition here, a ceremony. If you're the one who got in charge with the grinding of coffee, you have to raise your right hand over your head, down to your shoulder, and pat your back and say,
Oh,
"Good
mercy.
job."
Wait, I gotta do some. This is like I gotta do.
Raise your right hand over your head, down to your shoulder, pat your back,
Yes.
and say, "Good job."
Good job, good job,
Okay.
good job.
That's how we get paid. You abandon your roasting. You're fired, Kareem.
I was abandoned. I was wondering, like, am I supposed to like stand? Is the fire still going?
Now you burn it.
We need to continue.
This is dark chocolate roast. This is for you dark lovers. If you like dark men, dark coffee, that's how I make my coffee. I like to leave it roast for a while.